Oh hey, it's him! Satan! Soen is a band that more people should know about. They are a Swedish progressive metal band, or supergroup. Starting in 2004, they hit the stage with a legendary drummer, Martin Lopez, and amazing vocals from Joel Ekaloff. I'm going to butcher all the names. In 2020, they released the subject of today's topic, Antagonist. From a brief look, the music video of it takes place in a close future of the world. However, perhaps the video and the song alongside it has a larger meaning. This song is about the future of the world if we don't do anything about our present. This is music explained by an idiot, Antagonist, with Pokey Flunky 32, but the 32 is silent. Let's do this. The video starts up with a news-style intro, a false news station called Channel 66 at 6 o'clock. Gee, I wonder what they might be referring to. Start of the song goes up, and the video reflects the recent events of the day of this new world. It shows a world where the EU is closing its borders, bunkers are being constructed at a mass rate, global tensions and relations are bad. COVID is on a third wave, and airlines are a monopoly. The news program goes to the weather, which shows that global warming has made things stupidly hot. Probably something to do with the nuclear symbol as well. Now, the first fire up your guns. This is a reoccurring segment for the entire video because guess what? It's the chorus. Fire up your guns is an obvious message. It is more evident as the video continues. So, we'll touch on it later. It continues to show that the world is at its dysfunctional state. The United States is causing horrible chaos, and Hong Kong and the mainland are dealing with their usual shenanigans, just at a larger rate. There's a short intermission where it shows the temperatures of certain locals, and the background is on fire, perhaps a sign of wildfires. The two locals are Los Angeles, of course. There's no shock with Los Angeles being, on fire. The second one, however, may be alluding to something with it being on fire. Sarajevo, where the First World War was started. It may be said that the fire of the Great War is burning once more, and now that 666 imagery is at full swing. Here comes the news anchor with red eyes, long nails. Ah, man, look at him. With the subtitle, Outlook on Omnipotent. Gee, I wonder where this is going. In other news, unemployment is at a high, just as usual. Just, once again, more up. With a snap, the moon is covered by clouds. The moon, in a creative media, is known for being a symbol of life. With the moon being covered to the point of being invisible, the light from it is being snuffed out, same as with the life of our world, which is brilliant. And with the moon being covered up and a little bit of makeup added, Satan himself is revealed in all his antagonist glory. However, is he the antagonist here? Who knows? The video continues by showing dig sites all over the world being engulfed in flames and poison gas seeping out. It's almost as if it's hell, isn't it? Hell seeping into the earth. If you didn't get the metaphor before, you will now. In our time, with everything that's going on Earth, it's becoming more hellish. But in this narrative, this dystopian future, it is hell on Earth. Literally. And that is a hellhole. Literally. Now, it is finally time to talk about the chorus / the fire up your gun segments. Oh man, I love these. These segments have always had an underlying appearance of protesting, but now the video is showing protests of global tensions, the citizens of the world being thrown out by those that they fear, those who hold the most power. Bezos is telling people to calm down, but as the fire up your guns say, don't listen to him. The time is now to fight back, protest, do something to deny them. Do not lay down and take it. And finally, a calm bit in the music, with some reflection of our own world shown. The footage shows that of a real protest taken by real news sources, just with a red filter, the same red as Satan. Subtlety. Finally, it shows something truly telling. The governments of the world are banning those who live under their rule, leaving the rest of the world to fend for themselves. The background is fiery, and the tensions is palpable. Norway's bunker is shown, though that currently exists in the world, being a Noah's Ark for seeds, and could possibly be reutilized for humanity and other creatures of the world for survival. Maybe a big old snake. And with more red-filtered pre-existing footage, the final Fire Up Your Gun segment begins. And the devil's more pissed than he ever was, shown with the fire in his general movements. There's a war occurring, and not by an outside force, but by those inside the country. The citizens themselves are fighting. Citizens are fighting the officials who are abandoning them. The revolution is happening in full swing. The younger citizens are going in for war. The elites of the world are looking for a solution that just so happens to involve a big boom called a nuke. Seems like they are just after law and order to quell the chaos they caused. Oh boy, it's time for the lyrics in the context of only the music. We'll cover the chorus at the end of this segment. And a quick FYI for my musical audience out there. There's a reason why this video is called Music Explained by an Idiot. I don't know certain musical terms and phrases. Like, I just found out what a bridge was, like, last week. So, I'm gonna get some things wrong here. Bear with me. Anyways, that's beside the point. Back to serious Pokey Flunky here.
With the rejects and lonely I blend. With the beggars and junkies I welcome the pain. Of a life as a target of blame. For the outcast who wouldn't align with the ruthless unfairness that rules on our time. For the wolves driven up by the limbs.
The first part of verse 1 says that people would rather be cast out to the outcasts, saying the truth, than to say nothing at all, but be the ones that everyone agrees with. The singer, Joel, would prefer to be a target of blame and ridicule.
You're mistaken the crook for the honest. While you're building your homes far away from us, raising walls to keep us on the outside of your meaningless life.
The second bit states that the elites, we'll call them, as I've already called them before, have hired crooks as honest people and built their homes away from the people and the problem that they're causing with the crooks. Their lives are also meaningless in the grand scheme of the world because they're not doing anything. The second verse is a continuation of the idea set by the first.
I break my brain with the thieves. I share my wine with the villain you fear. Just because by the ones you revere, the weak and the bullied we are. The tyrant is feeding us crumbs from his hand. Celebrate a disorderly life. Dishonesty cracks in the light. Necessity forces the proud to be humble. Failure in life purifies.
The villain you fear is an elite, but they are also the ones we as a society revere. We praise the leaders, but we are also afraid of them. We are weak and bullied by them, and they give us nothing but crumbs, and we celebrate it. With the events of the world, the proud are forced to be humble. And now, my favorite line of the entire song.
Inequity weighs down the motion of progress. Life isn't just to survive.
Life isn't just to survive. This line speaks for itself. Life is not just for survival. What is the point of living if we can't fix it for others? So this is where my fun bit of terminology comes in. The halfway version of the chorus, also known as the bridge for someone that isn't a complete moron, it has a few unique lines, but this is the main one I want to talk about.
Let anger be the voice that speaks.
That also speaks for itself. The final verse is nice and chill and quiet.
Born as a shade in the dark, like a stain of shame on the flag of our cultural pride. Are we all unaware of our loss? For a part of our kin we refuse to relieve and condemn to exile.
But the message is still strong as ever. We, as the next generation, have to be born in darkness. A stain on the world and our collective culture, only staining it further. Our future is to be forced to be saved by our kin. It is a loss. Should we relieve them of the stress of the future by not letting them exist in it? Exiling them? That may be for the future generation, but in order to make that future exist, we must fight for it. The time is now.
Fire up your guns to order the ones who walk on the edge of the light to follow their cause. Fire up your guns, defying the kings for the word that they preach is the war that is making us bleed. Fire up your guns.
The chorus is the song's theme. It's what the point of the song is for. It is its message. That's the definition of theme. I just said it. The fire up the gun segments are so important. Fire up your guns is a clear call to action for both the ones in the story of the song and the message is trying to be conveyed to the audience. Someone is telling you to fire up your guns, to honor those who got you here. Fight for the ones who died to get you here. Defy the kings, the elites, who are trying to drag everyone down. The words they say are what is hurting us in the world, but the actions of a collective are those who will help us resolve the actions of the some in the world. Let anger be the voice that speaks. Oh man, that was fun. How about we connect things together, eh? Nothing happens with significant meaning in the first verse with the connection. With the second part of it, the connection is there but loose. Those who raise their walls to the ones outside are the ones who hide in their fallout shelters that they created, hiding from the radiation they caused. All the fire up your gun segments have connections to protesting. This is where the connections really start showing up more prominently. Mr. Satan over here breaks his bread with the thieves, the elites who bring down that stock market. Satan shares the wines with the ones we fear and curses the ones we revere. Those same people are tyrants, giving all but the crumbs from their wealth. They celebrate their life while doing nothing with it. Dishonesty cracks, much like the hellholes appearing. Failure in life purifies the world, and those tyrants need to learn that. The inequality that weighs down the motion of progress, and life isn't just a survive line, can be connected to any of the protest scenes. Speaking of which, the Fire Up .5 scene is up, which is the scene where there was 2 lines. I didn't mention the first one, but I'll mention this new one. And those who protest light up the flame the people will hear, letting anger be the voice that speaks. The flame is getting larger and larger as Bezos says to the people to calm down. Verse 3 is more for the explanation at the end. The final fire up your guns sequence, as I said 1,000 words ago, it's so strong. That flame has exploded into a frenzy, the citizens of the world's anger speaking through the devil. And even the kids are getting into the fight, defying the kings. And finally, one last segment. Finally, the explanation is here. Antagonist is about the future of our world. That for this planet that we live on, we must fight to do the right thing. Antagonist, and by extension Soen, is telling everyone to fight for the right thing, to fight for the better future of our kin and make our life worth living. Because the point of life isn't just to survive. It is to make it better for others. Progress is being halted because of the iniquity of the world, being halted because of a horrible life we are currently living in. Verse 3 has one of the most interesting lines. Are we unaware of our loss? For the part of our kin we've refused to relieve and condemned to exile. I interpret this as, if we don't fix injustice in the world, is it better to relieve our future as a species by getting rid of our kin? Is it better to end our future so the world can have one, sparing our children from the stress of the world at the expense of not allowing them to see it, to experience life? If not, then we need to fix our issues so they can see a future, so they can have a life. Perhaps the most interesting thing about the song, and the music video and as well, is the name of the song and the host of the news broadcast. The name Antagonist is usually tied to the man of the hour, Satan. But Satan is the one telling the world to fight for the future, to defy the kings that he curses. Because, after everything, he's not the antagonist of the world. The people of the world are. If we want a future, we need to defy those who would stop it. We must fire up our guns. Now. Otherwise, there's no point in living. Alright, we're just going to do this without a script because I didn't write a conclusion to this video. I want to say thank you all very much for watching, because I was meaning to do this as a school project. Just an interesting thing I would put on my another channel of mine and think nothing about it. But as I continue to write the script for this, because I actually wrote a script, I realized that this is a very important video. And as a very important video, I need to make sure that it's actually somewhere that can be seen, that it's somewhere where it's important. And so, I decided to put it on here. And it's still a school project. Thank you to my teacher who might have watched this. All several minutes of this, because I couldn't probably cut it down to the time frame. We'll see on that later when I edit this. But this video is important. This video is something I want to do again. I like the importance of this video. I like the importance of the music video that I did this entire thing for, because I love this video. I love this song. And yeah, so thank you if you've watched this entire thing. I know it's different than my usual content, but I do want to try doing these more serious analytical things, because I love analyzing media forms. It's very interesting. Anyways, I've been doing this at school. I should probably go back to my classroom. We have a very nice audio room, so thank you all very much for watching. I've been PokeFlunky32, but the 32 is silent. And have a good day, y'all.